Welcome guys to Back to Business episode 3, brought to you by Project 2 and Try His Tyres. So it's a big milestone here today. The car is back at Biz HQ. A massive thanks to Dave and Ed at Sash Hardware for the great work they've done on the painting and the polishing work. But I tell you what, I really cannot wait to hear that V8 fire up today. As you can see behind me, the weather here is anything but choice to be doing an engine fitment in. But luckily, thanks to the guys at Project 2, they've lent me their gazebo. We've had to improvise a little bit by extending the garage by another 3 meters. But with the extra space, we're hopefully going to get the engine cleaned up, get that new clutch fitted, and then hopefully hear that wonderful V8 fire up for the first time in 2018. So first things first today, let's get this engine cleaned up. So for the up and coming season, we're going to be running on one of the competition clutches, Lighten flywheels and multi-plate clutch setups. So we're going to do the unboxing now and compare it to the standard one. We might be the only people in the world to read these instructions, but we'll read them later. That's more like it. So yeah, let's just pull this beast out. So I think, yeah, it's pretty obvious what we've got here is a much smaller multi-plate, triple plate, I believe, clutch. Compare it to the old original version that we had before. This clutch has definitely done us well, maybe 3 seasons, maybe even 4 actually. But now that's warped, and so is the pressure plate, so time out with the old and in with the new. So the nice shiny flywheel is on. I think we'll give it a clean now and then we'll get that twin plate clutch on. Right, now if you get that side between us, we'll just lift it up and off.
I guess you're doing one class.
So we've got the gearbox on now, we've got the competition clutch in place, so we're going to do a test fit with the Willwood master cylinder just to make sure the whole thing works before we slot it into the LS3. So you're out for it now. So, here she is. The V8 is back in the LS3. Absolutely stoked to be seeing it back in, especially in the purple engine bay. Cannot wait to hear this thing running this afternoon. So, next thing, bolting up the fueling, alternator, power steering pump, radiator, all the kind of little bits you generally kind of need to be doing to get an engine to run properly. So yeah, here we go. Send it. I'm trying to have a cigarette.
That's right, kids.
No, 13 mils all the way forward. Oh shit. Oh no!
Oh no, I've got it.
Re-record that. Right, 1. Right. Want a loose one? Thank you. Right. Side, right, can you tilt up a fraction? Look there, perfect. Here we go. Yeah. So I set the boys the task of doing the front end drive belt on the LS, so let's see who does it first. Right. So Steve is first up, under the watchful eye of Si. Has he got it? I think we'll come back to this. Okay, so this is the first attempt. Steve has managed to get it on the front end, but the tensioner wasn't even required.
But it was on.
So back to round two. So the train mechanic Carl wins the prize. There you go. Hey, losers. So it's day 2 here at the LS3 build, a little bit behind schedule. We hoped to get the engine running yesterday, but unfortunately time got away with us a little bit. So now I've got the fuel system plumbed in. Boys are working on the exhaust system underneath, so I think we're getting close. This is Si and Steve-O working on the exhaust system. Laying on the cold concrete floor.
So comfy.
I'm trying to remember how the hell I wired this car up. It's proving to be a bit of an arse, but that's what I need. Simple little male to female jumper, but we can prime the fuel system up with this one, so happy days. Signal wire is here. Right, that's plugged in, that's plugged in, that's plugged in. Right, so you ready?
I am.
Yay! All of last year we were running on these little Denso Iridium plugs. See, the electrode is tiny. So I think this year we're going to be running on some proper V8 hairy chested man spark plugs. So these are the NGKR TR6s that the LS3 originally came with. So going back to the original. Come on, girl. Right, here we go again. Here we go. Oh, it's a bit cold, I think. Yeah. Oil pressure's good though. So it's the end of Sunday. You probably haven't seen a great deal of chatting from me today. After we talked about the fuel system, we had quite a few wiring issues. It turns out we had one of the injector wires and one of the coil wires the wrong way round, which then caused us about 3 hours worth of wire troubleshooting. So, but I can say she's back up and running, and we are actually going to get it to Fab Shop in the morning for those exhaust systems. So I hope you've enjoyed episode number 3 and can't wait to see you at number 4.